Baby, don't get too close to the fire. I might get burned a little, but I don't mind. I need your love. Baby, I need you.
Now we should be okay.
There we go.
All right.
How
How
are
you doing,
you?
man?
I'm good. I'm
Well,
good.
I'm trying to. I couldn't get that thing to work the other day. I apologize for all that. I don't know what was going on.
Oh, it happens. You're not the only one. It's all good.
I started to say I'd never been the only one. If I was the only one, nobody would ever know. Think it'd be a hell of a life, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
If we were the ones. Okay.
Well, thank you for hanging out with me for a little while. I've been looking forward to it.
Well, thank you very much. It's nice to be able to connect.
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll go ahead and get started, Mr. Doug.
I didn't realize the records were in the back. That's kind of cool.
Oh,
Okay.
I was about to say something about that. I see some gold and platinum on the wall.
Yeah, I found them in the trash dump right before I come on show, so it's not too bad.
Oh man, did you well, speaking of the gold and platinum, one thing I did want to cover that I think is awesome is Pandora recognized the Marshall Tucker Band as the coveted Billionaire's Plaque. Is that one of those plaques in the background?
Actually, no, I hate to say it, but there's a couple of them that's sitting in the back that I don't have any place to put them. But
Hey, that's a good problem.
well, there's a lot of people that would beg for that, and a lot of people that I certainly appreciate it when I go out and lay on the beach down here at Myrtle Beach. So,
Yeah.
knowing that both of those other, you got both Pandora and Spotify going crazy, and I'm
Man.
thinking to myself, is that just a bunch of lazy people that's laying on the beach listening to the music, or what? So sometimes my mind wonders like that when you see people and then you walk by or you walk into a restaurant, that music's playing, and you go to the doctor's office, the same thing's playing, and then you go to the eyeglass place and they, you get your eyes checked. Then all of a sudden you hear "Can't You See?" and I go, damn, that's the perfect one for this thing. But anyway, no, it was quite a surprise to get it, actually get that award, because you really don't realize what you've done or what you've accomplished, what the band's accomplished. You see it in the results of being able to buy a hamburger.
Yeah.
You don't really. Yeah, if you're not a person that appreciates, wanting to have a yacht, I could care less. And, I'm not one of those kind of people. I never grew up like that. I grew up in a very, very poor family.
Mm.
We had money, but it was not as much as what everybody needed at the time. And
Right.
so getting awards, I'll tell you a little quick story that I know.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, I moved into this other place down here at Myrtle Beach, and my daughter came in. She says, "Dad, where's your gold and platinum records?" And she's 31 now.
Uh-huh.
About 10 years ago, she said, "What?" I still have a place up in Spartanburg where I grew up, and grandkids and everything. But she said, "Where's your gold and all your records and some of your awards and everything that you got?" She said, "Some of them are sitting around my house." So I said, "Yeah, that's my house." And, I'm laughing. And so I left, and she and my girlfriend went and put all the records and all the pictures up, stuff like that. It's kind of amazing that, as I walk out and do interviews now, I go sit on the front porch and I look out, and, it gives you an inspiration. There's a lot of souls that we touched over a period of time. We made friends. We've had people to have kids, name them Marshall or Tucker, and had animals and horses that won awards and stuff like that, named Marshall. And I mean, and the good part is it's been 50 something years. Okay.
Oh, wow.
What do we appreciate most? Appreciate most me trying to sit here and figure out how to do this particular show with you, which was driving me damn nuts. Okay, because years ago I'd have had to come to where you are, or you'd have had to
Right.
come to where I am, and we'd have sit down and have people set up lights and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't have to do that anymore. So it's a lot easier for me to do these things
Yeah.
and be able to have more of a conversation than, hey,
Mm-hmm.
how you doing? Okay, that's it. We'll see you later, ugly.
Yeah.
You know, you never say that kind of stuff, but do you appreciate the awards? Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
The entire band that I have. The original band was together only for 8 years.
Right.
So a lot happened in 8 years. We're
Mm-hmm.
out 3 years with the Allman Brothers opening shows. Me listening to Greg every time I come off the stage, and I'm sitting over to the side and they're getting ready to go play. Said, now how am I supposed to follow that? You know, and I'm going, come on, Greg, this is real cool, you know. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking bullshit me the whole time. And he really wasn't, because we become
Mm-hmm.
friends and we sit on the couch together, and he'd sit over there and before show or after show, and we talk about, you know, different things, how we were going to be at the next gig or what we was going to do. We certainly didn't ever talk about what we were going to wear the next day, okay,
Right.
because we were still wearing Kmart stuff, okay, and drugstore stuff and pawn shop stuff. So it kind of didn't matter. You look in those
Right.
old things. We all had some weird looking clothes, but me, I wear a t-shirt and happens to be given to me. It's kind of nice. You know, it
Okay.
does
Oh, I
say a little
see
bit,
it.
you know, you can tell
Oh,
something.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, we're not giving the advertisement, and I don't do it that way. But what was, if you look back, and you would appreciate it, if you look back at all of the awards that we've got, and when we give them, you know, Pontiac Trans Am's away in '76 and doing stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that was, you know, big liquor company that wanted to do that, and they put us in 170 magazines in 1 month, and that car ended up being one that we gave away. Okay,
Wow.
so it was like a Smokey and the Bandit type thing, except for it was
Mm-hmm.
white. So, and then recently I was out on Long Island. This guy said, man, you ain't gonna believe what I got. And he had that particular car. So, I mean, those are kind of awarding things. And knowing that those guys made it through that period of time, they had enough money to buy or win that car. And then all of a sudden you got all these people saying, man, you know, where is that car these days? A lot of things have happened. And yeah, the band being together only 8 years and knowing that we had good lawyers in the beginning
Mm-hmm.
keeps me happy, keeps the guys that's been with me the additional periods of time. And, you know, some of them been there 28 years now. And
Mm-hmm.
I look around and knowing that I got 50 shows on the books for next year already. Most people,
Ooh.
most people can't even look. There's no, we don't call it a Swifty. We call it a Tucky. No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. Yeah. We call it Tuckerized. Actually, we started that years and years ago. You've been Tuckerized. We'd pass out bumper stickers and say Tuckerized. And
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, it was pretty neat.
Yeah.
Then we come out with one that said, put some South in your mouth, which meant singing, you know,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
barbecue. All right.
Yeah.
So, and that one really is the one that everybody wanted. And then they
Mm-hmm.
ended up, you know, getting pulled over for it because they had Marshall Zucker on it. So people, you know, they've awarded me many times, and I'm blessed, and I'm way awarded. You know, getting an award and having Hazel Daniels to walk out at the Grand Ole Opry, and her son and Charlie Jr. giving me that after 2 years ago, I gave them one for Charlie after he passed.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, so whenever we
Oh.
were up there doing our couple of songs, I didn't know that they were going to do that. I had no idea. And then knowing that Spotify just had said that we did 66 million listens since the first of the year,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what to say at that point, except for, you know, I must be getting old for them to have to get this long. You know, and actually I found out later that this was since the first of the year. And I went,
Oh,
boy,
man.
we owe a lot. We owe a
Mm.
lot to everybody.
Mm. You still love it.
Oh, hell yeah. What, you
Yeah.
know what? My girlfriend says that after 10 days, when are you leaving again? You know, only because,
Yeah.
only because, and then, my mom, I used to come home, she says, "Oh, it's nice to have you back. When you leaving again?"
Yeah.
Kidding. They know that, my life would not be the same had I
Mhm.
not, had they, my mom pushed me. My dad could have cared less what I was doing, except for he made sure that I was on the straight and narrow. Let's put it that way. Because I never got whipped. I never got beat. I never got pushed. My mother wanted me to get up and stand in front and sing in front of people. Whenever Love Me Tender came out with Elvis Presley, I had to stand up at 7 years old and sing Love Me Tender for people. I didn't even know what love was then. The
Yeah.
next year I found out. Just kidding. But it's a simple world. And we're not here very long when we are here. And I just turned 75 and I'll be 76 this year. I can't give it back, all the love that I've received. Don't have time to give it
Mm-mm-mm.
back.
Mm-mm-mm. Man, you look great for that age, I think.
Well, I thought so too before I looked in the mirror and got on here. But I appreciate you look pretty good too.
Uh, it's lighting.
Yeah, I know. Well, I started to say you got that big microphone in the front, and
Yeah.
some people set it up. It looks good, brother. It looks good.
Well, I was going to take it and try to hide it, but
No,
I think it looks
it,
cool right there.
you know what? I think it looks better out there.
Oh, good. Good.
And I think it looks really cool. I look when you do things like this. I think it's better. I always do it from this spot. By the way,
Okay, yeah.
I got the flag up now, hiding stuff, and that's okay. I'm an ex-military guy myself, so
Oh man, you served in the military.
I was a sergeant in Vietnam, 1968.
Wow.
During TED of
Wow.
68, during TED of 68, I when that started, I was uh, standing there. So,
Mm.
saw a lot of stuff, lost a lot of friends, and
Mm-hmm.
come back and still appreciate the fact that our military still don't get appreciated like it's
Mm.
supposed to.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's a crazy time, I know that. But I
Right.
I am a flag loving American patriot, man. And I appreciate your service. I did not know that about you.
Thank you. Well,
Um,
hell, I was ready to get out of there. Trust me.
oh, I bet. I bet.
I had a thing to do. Me and Toy Caldwell had a plan. He went and served himself and
Yeah.
from the original band, the songwriter for a couple of those records in the beginning, a few of those records in the beginning. And, you know, before we left, we had a band called the Toy Factory to go to the military. So that Toy Factory band opened for Sly and the Family Stone.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Yeah.
Oh man, it was cool. He was late, so they wanted us to get up. Now here we were in Fayetteville, North Carolina, military town. They wanted us to get. Now we were young. You got to go back 50 something years, okay? And
Mm-hmm.
you got to think that black and white was different back then. Okay,
Yeah.
now it's
Oh,
a whole
yeah.
lot cooler. Everybody's trying to understand this. Some people get in the way, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and cause problems, and
Mm-hmm.
that's the way I leave it. But the promoter come up and he says, "Man, y'all played a great show. Everybody loved it. It was really good." And it was 90% black, and about 4,000, 5,000 people, and nobody really knew who the hell we were. And we got up and played our ass off, and when we did, touched their heart as well. And then the promoter or buyer, as we call him, and
Mm-hmm.
up, he said, "Man, they're gonna be an hour and a half late. Can you go back on?" I said, "No way in hell am I going to go out there and say somebody's going to be late, and and then we're going to play again for you." You don't do that.
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can't see anybody doing that in any position. We did it for Skinner one time or twice or three times. Ronnie and I were great friends in the beginning, and when we took them out to Hickory and they opened show for Hickory, North Carolina, they opened shows for us. Ronnie would say, "Hey man, this is really fun." And I said, "Man, you're gonna get a nail in your foot one day running out barefooted like that."
Yeah.
it didn't even faze him because he didn't, he probably got several nails, but, or staples or something in his foot. But we were together in LA when Ronnie and I was walking around looking for cocaine spoons and, this is a long time ago now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I've been clean since August 16th, 1989. And,
Oh wow.
whenever we were walking around in this shop looking for paraphernalia, they call it now.
Mm-hmm.
Much simpler word. Oh,
Yeah.
paraphernalia. Yeah, that's it. Damn, I'm moving to California. Paraphernalia. Anyway, Ronnie looked at me and he says, "Man," because we didn't have anything to do. It was out playing stuff. And you could go in all kind of shops. And Ronnie said, "Man, listen to that." I said, "That sounds like one of our songs." I said, "Yeah, brother." I said, "You can go home and buy that house now."
Oh yeah.
Because it was hitting. It was right on the big radio station out there, and all the hippies was running around. We was acting foolish, and
Wow.
you know, then the terrible disaster happened to him, and we lost a hell of a band, but we still have people out there in that band playing, and they're doing a good job. So, and we opened for them sometime, and
Yeah.
never really worried about who the hell opened because you get up there and then Carlos Santana's standing on the side of the stage and he wants to come out and play with you.
Wow.
What does that mean? That means you're doing something right.
Yes, sir.
The ones that are not doing something right are the ones that's not being invited back.
Right.
So common sense will tell you, I'm a common sense kind of guy. That's one thing Daddy did teach me. He said, "You ain't got nothing, you ain't gonna have nothing unless you get out work for it." Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, we still work, and I employed about 21 people, and then there's I'm with UTA, and they're working their butt off for me. Then I got Red Light, and they're working their butt off for everybody, and so it is blessed, and to be able to sit here and tell these stories. People say, "Why don't you do a book?" Well, why don't I not do a book and just tell the stories as it goes along? Because it's a lot simpler that way.
Yeah. Oh man. I bet you could.
Oh, there ain't no definite
Yeah, that's
answer to that, except I know damn well I could, but I
no.
think it's better somebody else just recorded it all,
Oh yeah.
it into something and made it pretty. And and I always said that if I was going to do a book, I'd want it to be the good, bad, and the funny. Because
Oh
everything
hell, yeah.
instead of good, bad, and ugly, good, bad,
Yeah.
and funny.
Yeah.
Because the funny part would cover up all the bad crap that we did.
Yeah. Man, yeah, all you guys, all that whole generation of incredible Southern rock, man. Y'all, I know y'all had some fun times out on the road.
Yeah, we did. And
Yeah.
things I can't talk about. And
Right.
you got to, it wouldn't be a beep. It would just be, "Oh, well, he said that," but that's okay.
Oh
That's,
yeah.
that's for everybody to understand that, yeah, we did, just like, and there's a lot of people who've told this story or that story or that story. We were no angels. Like Greg said, I'm no angel, you know. So we had all those fun times, and we did everything that everybody can imagine, and probably did too much of everything. When I had an accountant come up, well, he kind of walked up to me. He says, "You know what? You spent a lot of money, brother." And I went, "Well, can't be that much because there ain't that much there." He says, "Man, you spent $2 million on cocaine." I went, "No." And then I thought, I spent $2 million on everybody standing around with me doing cocaine. It wasn't just me. If it had been me, I'd
Yeah.
been,
Yeah. You wouldn't be right there.
no, I wouldn't. I'd be a happy microphone face, and that'd be it.
Did your mother encourage you to once you wanted to become a full-time musician and all that, was she pretty encouraging about it or hesitant?
Well, the warmth of the whole thing was, and I can tell you where the story started. All right, I have to tell you the story. I don't get to tell this story much.
I can't wait.
My mother there was a little place like a little Dairy Queen, a little dairy bar or whatever you want to call it. They had a jukebox. Okay, Love Me Tender was 1957. That dates me, but I don't care. Hell, I'm a little slower than I was and can't sing as strong as I once did because I put it out. When you put it out every night, 100%, you wear yourself out. Got car engine, car engine wears out. But mother would take my two aunts, which was her sisters, they both girls, and they would go and stand around the jukebox. Now, there was a lot of rock and roll. It was called rock. It was basically rockabilly at that time. Okay.
Yeah.
They'd put in a nickel, put a nickel in, you hear a song. Well, we had ice cream going on, and they'd mix a little food back there, and mom would take up and sit with them. And they were young, 13, 14 years old. The boys would drive through like American Graffiti. Anybody that's ever seen that movie, the guys would drive around. Now, they were older, but they were getting to that age to where the boy thing had to look good. Everybody had to look like whoever the hell they like now. And my mother would give me, instead of me sitting with them, being a guy, they would give me nickels to go in and put in the jukebox, and I'd have to stand beside the jukebox. I realized that I could imitate pretty good, but I also realized that I had a voice. And I didn't know it then. I really didn't know that I had a voice, but I knew I could express it if I could imitate. If you can imitate something, you can express it, I believe. Okay, so I learned to interpret songs, put them through my heart and the filtering system, and I loved rhythm and blues and stuff like that. And I, late at night, kind of like the movie The Jerk, whenever he realized he heard that rhythm and blues music, and Steve Martin started patting his foot, and he realized that was this kind of music, right? We'll go into that other part later, but whenever they would give me a bunch of nickels, and I'd stand over beside the jukebox, which was not close to them, by the way. So they wanted them boys, and they hadn't started driving yet, so my mom had to drive them up there. And I just remember my good part was that I could get ice cream for free.
Oh,
I could listen to the music. I was 7. The hell, and having those nickels and some of those songs, and knowing that there had to be something telling me in my heart and my mom's heart that I could pull this off, going up there and imitate. So the imitations started getting bigger and bigger as I got older. And they'd say, well, come down to the, back then it was the clubs were the MVEC clubs or the VFWs, right?
Yeah.
And I had no idea there being that. So about 10, 12 years old, they took me in, and Wipeout had come out. It's an instrumental. But I learned to do the laugh to Wipeout. And so we're standing at the VFW, and Mama's dad didn't drink very much, but Mom had a beer, I think. So they're sitting over there. There's the only place to go out. If you went out, you took your family and you sit there and you just see the club.
Yeah.
It's really small. And so all of a sudden, they asked me to do the laugh to Wipeout. I don't know how that happened, but I got up and did the laugh to Wipeout, and this guy come up afterwards after we did it. And I remember it well. I remember stepping down off that little 4-inch stage. That guy handed me $5. I said, damn, maybe I should learn to sing and see what I can do. So here I am. And that's no lie. There's no lies involved in none of this. So here I am, still having a good time doing this. And the nickels have turned to 7 cents now.
Oh,
okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's
how
good.
it happened.
And that's how you learned how to sing. Is that where you started learning more and more about how to perform?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, getting in front of people, you please them if you telling them the truth with your soul and your heart. Still happens to this day when people hear a ballad or one of our old ballads that we had, because I could pull some of them off them old records.
Yeah.
That we used to do with a Toy wrote or somebody else wrote, or I wrote. There's a song called I Should Have Never Started Loving You that I wrote in 10 minutes, gave the music to the guys, and they turned it into a song, and it ended up being a Wilderness Family movie. And I didn't cry when I saw it. I just realized that it it fit the image of what was on the screen at the time. So somebody was smarter than me and just took something that I had, there's something in your eyes that reminds me of all the loves I've left behind me, the looks on your face. Yes, they tell me that I should have never started loving you. I mean, that's not too hard.
Oh, but yeah, it's a great song. I know the song you're talking about. That was on, let's see, what record did y'all put it on one of your records other than the movie?
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That's where I think that's where they heard it. It's one of the it's third or fourth. It might
Okay,
be on
yeah.
Where We All Belong. It
Okay,
could
yeah.
be
That was the fourth album, or let's
the
see,
double album.
74. Yeah, Where We All Belong. I'm looking at it right now. Speaking of this, one of my favorite albums, and I had a record of it, is it Long Hard Ride?
That's the second one.
That's the second one, isn't it? And
Yeah,
but I,
that record was done, and I hate to interrupt, but
oh, you're
that
good.
record was done. The first record came out. It was a year. We'd been out with Joe Walsh and Allman Brothers. Okay, Joe Walsh that's when they had the big spotlights, like the military spotlights.
Yeah.
And we did the thing with Joe Walsh, and then was out with the brothers on the off days. And with one of the big deals was with that particular record, trying to think back how to best describe this, but it just everything just happened in a magic period. It really did. Because that record that you're talking about is Where We All Belong record, I believe. And it had, I don't know, that when people pick songs, and needless to say, you probably know this better than me, we got 120 songs in movies over the last 6 years.
Oh, no, I did not. That's wow.
And now they might not use but 10 seconds of it, but
yeah,
yeah.
Um,
But we know that only because they asked for, we'd like 20 seconds of that, or we'd like 10 seconds of that, or whatever. And then all of a sudden you won't find it, I don't think, but many people that do, is we did a movie and that we were in. This guy down here in Charleston he's a producer, and he put us down there. And what's the name of that movie? Oh God. Angel Camouflage. Now you got to look that up.
I am.
I think it's out there. It's called Angel Camouflage. It's a story about a girl that her family had run a club down in Folly Beach, South Carolina, and I think it was supposed to be Louisiana, but it's kind of like the same area, background area. And so we were down there, and I can't tell the storyline because I only seen the movie completely one time all the way through. But they asked us to be up there playing with this girl, and she gets up on the shotgun and shoots the gun, and she inherits it back, the club back from, and it's kind of like on the water cut scene, and she jumps up, and it's a pretty heavy movie, but you got to get to the part where we're actually acting in it, which is really sucked. And
I found it.
Did you really?
Oh yeah. James Brolin's in it. Okay.
Yeah. It's pretty good. She's got a good voice, and she comes from a different era than I do, and it worked out really good. But we had several actors in it. Who's one that's married to Barbara Streisand?
James Brolin was Salt.
Yeah, he was in there.
Yep. Oh man.
If you see it and you see me, you're going to say, God, he was right. He is terrible.
Yeah, no. It's y'all are on the cast. Marshall Tucker Band as the Mustard A. Jones Band.
That's exactly right. We had to change the name.
Yeah. Oh man, that's awesome.
Just whenever you see it, I want you you can have Don to call me back. You call me back or whatever, and send me an email.
I can't wait. I'm going to.
Doug at marshalltucker.com. You come on there and you do it, and I'm telling you, it'll come straight to me, and you're gonna be laughing in your words. I'm telling you.
All right, I'm gonna watch it. I can't wait.
you won't believe how it actually ends. So it's kind of cool.
Well, don't tell me.
Oh, I won't. Listen. I do not have a filter Okay, so
Uh,
everything that comes out is usually just coming out because I know that you need to hear this. Okay,
yeah,
but it's one funny thing, especially now that you know me a bit and
yeah.
you understand why it's even funnier.
That was in or it was released in 2010, July 28th of 2010.
That's correct.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool, man. Charleston, South Carolina. Yep.
Yep.
Where it was the film set in Charleston. Okay. Oh man,
Yeah.
that's gonna be fun. I love.
Yeah, it's gonna be funny. Funny.
um, let's see.
I'm sorry.
No, that's awesome. I can't wait. This is great.
I got you off the circle, you know, and
Oh
that's
no,
it.
this
Yeah.
this show. The thing about my show, Doug, is we go for whatever. I like just having good conversations instead of the
Right.
normal stuff you get asked all the time.
Right.
So I had Lori Morgan on the show, and she was like, "I'm so glad that I'm finally just having a conversation and not having to answer the same old questions that I always get asked." And so we did. We had a good old time, and
Good.
I'm doing some stuff with her son, Jesse Keith.
Right. Good.
Yeah. So we're
Yeah.
doing I'm producing a little documentary on him. So
Really.
yeah.
People have been trying to get me to do one, and I've
Oh
been trying
wow.
to figure out who I wanted to do.
Mm,
Who I wanted to do it because it's got to kind of be, you know, you can't go back and get the kids. You can't
mhm,
go back and you can't relive the part, but you can show. It's almost if it was a cartoon like The Simpsons, it would be
mhm,
funny to say. Okay, because Guy Gilchrist is one of my buddies. I think you probably know Guy, and
mhm,
he's been one of my friends ever since he did the cartoon and put us into and what's the name of that? He's got 10 of them now. So the Sesame Street bunch. But anyway, I always told him, I said, if we ever do it, we should record it and then let you do the characters to the whole thing instead of make it look as ugly as we are, to make it funny looking. And because it don't make more sense throwing us off the bus, stopping the bus on the side of the road, practicing shooting your gun and out the window, and then how a patrolman pulls up. And no way that you can pull off fast enough to where they say, this is not in the middle of nowhere. I don't know where the hell he come from. It might have been under a rock.
Were
I
you on
don't
a
know.
bus? Were you on the bus at this
Yeah,
time?
we was all on the bus, and we had these new guns that we was trying out. Pulled over, and we just got fed up with it because we travel so much.
Yeah.
Just instead of opening the door and getting out, we stayed but we felt protected in the bus. But we got out, and one person got out, and we realized maybe that's not a good idea for people shooting out of the bus. So we got back in. Then everybody did that, and the smell of the gun smoke was everywhere when the highway patrolman walked up to the side of the bus. How you guys doing? Has y'all been firing weapons or shooting fireworks? I said, it's fireworks. It's fireworks. Whatever it is, it's fireworks. And he looked at me like I was the biggest liar in the world. And he just walked away. He said, be careful going down the road.
Oh,
I'll tell you where we were one day,
yeah.
Colorado.
Oh, I love Colorado. Man, it's
Yeah,
beautiful.
me too.
Uh, I like it for more reasons than just the beauty. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Um, I saw y'all. I forgot about this. I saw y'all in it's been several years ago, but y'all were on the tour with Travis and Charlie Daniels Band, and y'all came
Right.
to Hiawassee, Georgia.
Yep. So
I live. That's where I'm at. I'm right down the road from Hiawassee.
Well, you're not too far from me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Myrtle Beach is. I grew up going to Myrtle Beach. It's that's where we used to go on vacation. But let's see, what part of South Carolina did you grow up in?
Spartanburg, up next to the mountains.
Spartanburg.
Once you
Oh
go up,
yeah. Yep.
right at the
So
top of the hill, you go up
oh yeah.
right at the foot of the hill.
I grew up in Commerce, Georgia.
Right.
So I'm just right up 85, not far at all.
Right straight. Right
Yeah.
straight. You go up 85 now, you better have roll bars in your cars on the outside. Okay.
Oh man. You're not kidding. It's crazy.
dangerous.
Yes,
Dangerous.
it
People
is.
working on it.
Mm-mm-mm. What brought you to Myrtle Beach? You just wanted to be close to the ocean, or
Well, my mom and
change?
dad, I got pictures of me with blonde hair when I was young and 7 years old, 6, 7 years old. And actually, my sister was the same way. We would go sit on the beach, and mom and dad, that was the one thing that they loved to do. It was
Oh,
for a couple of days, they'd go down there. They went to Folly Beach, which is ironic. Then then we started coming down here to Myrtle Beach.
mm-hmm.
And then I ended up in 1972 buying a place, which you can't find now, on what they call the Point in Garden City, and I paid $25,000 for it. And right now, I don't have to tell you, how prices have changed, and it's kind of weird. It's a weird situation to be in, but I've been here since '72,
Oh, okay.
on and off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, my girlfriend lived down here, and she has another house back a ways in case there's a hurricane. And you just do what you do. And then with the house in Spartanburg, I get to see, all the crazy people up there.
I just pulled up an older picture of you from, I don't know. I mean, you got the long hair. I'm seeing some.
Oh, I still got long hair.
Oh yeah, you still got long hair, but this is what year is this? I mean, I just typed in Doug Gray, Marshall Tucker Band, and I mean, this is awesome. It's got a lot of you with oh man, these are great pictures. Anyway,
Yeah,
look.
what kind of shirt do I have on?
Oh man, well, the one that I'm loving, because I wear stuff like this, is it's got the two pink roses on the side and the green like vines.
Yeah, I got about 25 of those in the wardrobe case.
Heck
So
yeah.
nobody gonna know what night it was that they took the picture. Those are the rock mount shirts that you get. And yeah, I got some great stuff. I wish I could show you, but
Oh
maybe someday
man.
I will.
Yeah.
Here at the house, I'll show you. My girlfriend had somebody to draw a picture 50 years ago. And then for Christmas, she gave me the updated version of it. One's facing left, the other one's facing right. And since I know you're going to cut it out, okay, just look, stand by, see if you can see this, okay?
Oh
Can you
yeah.
see that?
Yeah.
You had to blow it up a little bit.
I see it.
But that's the left and right, 50 years apart. And the only thing that I can tell different about it is my arm looks the same, but how she drew that stuff and they compared it. The only reason that I knew it was different was the white tambourine was a company from Alabama. The black tambourines, different company, and
Oh.
those are the ones that I'm known to pass out to different people that are down front that have some problems, or you see them and they need a little bump up. And that was quite a gift. I look the same. My nose ain't changed a damn bit. Ain't got no smaller, but that's all right.
You did. I'm telling you, man, you age gracefully. You look great. I
Thank you.
love
I
this.
look at it. I
Oh,
do look at it.
there's one of you and Charlie.
Yeah, hugging each other.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a great picture, man. That's
Wasn't
great.
What a friend he was, I bet.
Oh God, you have no idea. From the very beginning, when Charlie wasn't really on the road a lot,
Yeah.
what happened was then we wanted him on the road because Charlie was there and playing on our first, second, third record.
Oh shoot.
That was Charlie.
Oh man.
Yeah, this old cowboy.
Yeah.
Da.
Oh, I should have known that. That's awesome, man.
You can't know everything, but
I know. I
and
love that.
sometimes people that talk that don't have a damn clue. But anyway, Charlie and I it wasn't just me and Charlie. He was really great friends with Tommy, and they sit and talked a lot. And it was almost natural that I'd be at the funeral, and just like millions of people would have loved to been there. It was devastating because you always looked at Charlie as if he wasn't going to ever leave. He was never going to be. And
Mm-mm-mm.
when it happened, and Vince Gill sang "Go Up Higher on the Mountain." I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if you watched it or not. That was something to be sitting in there right behind Hazel and making sure and going downstairs and talking to her and knowing that she and Charlie, because she'd always get up when I walk in the room or get around, and I told her, I said, "Don't get up. I got to come down and sit down and talk to you." And
Mm-hmm.
so we talked, and she's a very warm person. And for her to have presented me with that Pandora thing, that was on the outside at the Grand Ole Opry.
Oh yeah, it was at the
You know,
Opry. I saw that.
we had no idea. I didn't have any idea what was going to happen. All I know is they said, "Well, they want you at the Opry again." And I went, "Well, that's easy. Just tell me
Yeah.
when
Mm-hmm.
and we'll be there." You don't turn that down. And those people have been, for us not to have been a full-fledged George Jones type
Mm-hmm.
thing. But when Clint Black did one of our songs, and then you got all these other people doing our songs, and we had to think about it, but we never really pushed the fact that we was country. And then Garth Brooks wrote a song that we picked up called "Walk Outside the Line." Then we went to Billy Bob's down there in Fort Worth and recorded the best line dancers. We had them to come in. We had school kids coming. We went to a school, donated some money to them. They rang the bell. We filmed it, and it's a nice video. It's a funny video. Walk Outside the Lines. The song's great too, and to take a little bit of walk outside the lines. So we had the kids all running out the door of this old school. The bell's going off, and they're running outside. And then the beginning of it's a little fiddle part, and then you just have to listen to it. It's
Oh
gonna be amazing.
man.
Yeah.
So is that coming out?
So
Or
it's been
oh, y'all
out.
y'all have already
Yeah.
y'all recorded that. Um,
Yeah.
what's the
That was a
Opry?
lot. That was 15 years ago.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna
Yeah.
look that up. How special is the Opry for you? I mean, is it?
Well, to me, I got to tell you, I'll be honest with you. There's, who should have walked in, and I did tear up. I'm not ashamed to say it.
Mm,
Toy and Tommy were the country people in the band.
mm,
Were the country music people in the band. So when we got invited to go the first time,
mm-hmm.
Charlie had sent some flowers down there to welcome us, and other people. Little Jimmy came in, and he said, "Man, you need to come up, take a picture with me." Said, "You want me sitting down or standing up?" And so we were accepted better than anybody. Bill Anderson, Whispering Bill,
mm-hmm.
Columbia, South Carolina, by the way,
Oh yeah.
and he announced that night, said, "What y'all don't hear on the radio, WSM, what y'all don't hear, that's a standing ovation for the first time I've ever seen
Oh wow.
band that played." And it was amazing to have that quiet. Could hear the applause, but it wasn't dead silence. That's what the radio was picking up. My friend Billy Sherrill, the engineer that worked with Billy Sherrill on those George Jones and Tammy Wynette stuff, the producer that's passed away, he was the one mixing the radio show that night. So he come to me, says, "I've never seen that before in my life." So
Wow.
you stormed it like you were taking over, and we didn't do it that way. We just got up there and played our butt off. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it took.
That's special.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I feel it's a magic feeling every time I get to go there. I love it. It's very special.
Does it not give you a chill? But Tommy
Yes.
and Boy, I did have that feeling going in. I did not. I tell everybody that, but also back it up by knowing that what our goal was when we started out as Marshall Tucker Band is to go out and play our butt off for everybody, regardless. We were like a big bowl of soup that your mom would put together, was leftovers for all week, and she's cooking it Sunday.
Yes.
It wouldn't go bad out of the icebox or the refrigerator. So she put the carrots in, whatever meat was left, and anything that she could find, she put it on the stove. And cook it up, and it'd be your
Yeah.
soup, right? Probably supposed to last 2 or 3 days back then. And sure enough, that's the way Marshall Tucker was formed. We knew the people that we wanted in there because we were a small circle. So it kind of made all the sense in the world for us to have a country song, real country song. But I would give $1 million right now if I could have Toy and Tommy to walk in there first and see and go stand in the circle.
Oh, that sends chills all over me, man. Well, they were there with you that night.
Yeah, they were. They were standing right beside me because I think that's why I don't know that we sounded good, but evidently the crowd loved it. And then we've been back several times, and each time has been a welcome mat. When they say your name, it's kind of like it's a presentation. It's a presentation of love that warms your heart before you even start. And needless to say, hell, I still get nervous. I just don't drink a lot before I get nervous anymore.
Yeah.
For a while there, I was eating, and then I decided I'd quit doing that too. So, I just throw up real good for a while. I'm just kidding. But, I can't leave nothing alone without little Joe. All right.
Oh, I love it. I love it. How long ago was it that you were on the big interview with Mr. Dan Rather? Was that?
That's
pretty
about
recent.
6 years.
6 years
About
ago.
5
Okay.
years. Yeah.
I love that show. I watch it. I watched a lot of those interviews. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that one. I just saw that online.
You realize, of course, he was in Vietnam reporting at the same time I was over there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we reestablished that once we were in the interview. They recorded us twice as long. It was done in New Jersey in an old hotel.
Yeah.
And they had the drones and everything taking videos of it. You only got to see what would fit in that hour period of time. We stayed about 3 hours together.
Oh, wow.
Talking different things and positions and things like that, and how older generation is losing the ground of what music wise, losing the ground that nobody had that association. It's not just stand up, it truly is not. And he and I talked about this. It's not standing up there expecting the crowd to love you once you get there and they've sold out. It's the fact that you got to show them that applause means something, man. You got to give it back. And how you give it back is just like what we started. That's the reason we started. Not to see how many accolades we could get, how many people would kiss you on the neck and all that other stuff, and anything that happened. Needless to say, a lot of that happened, but it's just it's memories that don't go away. Don't fade. They don't fade. And you're right. I'm not a person that's going to give up very easily.
I love it.
I like it.
I do too, man. I saw that another band that I was a big fan of growing up was Jefferson Starship, and y'all are hitting the road with them this year.
That's going to be fun. I tell you what, I knew the original band, and then I knew the second one with Mickey Thomas.
Okay? Oh, okay, yeah.
Because Mickey just grew up about 40 miles from us in South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
And I knew that I heard about this guy that could sing real high, and I went, well, hell, I was doing that when singing real high was a different story, but I heard about him through other band members. And so I went to see him, and then next thing I know, he's out in California learning these songs. And Grace Slick had been in there and made way before him. But everybody just kind of gets burnt out a little bit and starts stumbling and they start believing that they are who everybody thinks they are. We're not. We're just the same old damn people, that go out and pump gas and be done with it. Everybody really is the same.
Yeah.
Just now you got to duck when somebody shoots at you.
Yeah.
I ain't going there either. Okay.
I know it's happened before, though, I bet.
Listen, we got bullet holes inside the bus, but it wasn't because the show was bad. It's just people just do it. They're dumber than rocks.
Golly. Mm-mm-mm. I've heard the Nature Boy talk about back in the 70s how people that were so into it, they would wait for them out. They'd try to attack them in their cars.
Well, and it didn't make much sense because it was just a different kind of music. That was the problem. Or if somebody would come up to the bus and say, "Is my wife on there?" And the guy'd say, "No, ain't nobody on there. Stay in the dressing room." But anyways, you couldn't say anything because people were just real angry and pull you around, stuff like that. I got smacked one time right in the nose because I was at a skating contest, not ice skating, of course, but because we're not familiar with that, neither you or I, and because I can tell you got all your teeth, and but the fun part about it is I just walked out of this place and this guy happened to be the biggest redneck in the world. Okay, I think he's spent about 30 years in prison, but we're at high school, and he said, "Bam!" I just walked right out of this roller rink, and he did bam right in the lip. My lip swelled up past my nose, and that's pretty huge. And people have an anger problem, and because of there's certain people right now that's trying to separate us all, and God, don't listen to them. Don't listen.
I know. Golly, I tell you,
It's not just about music. It's about political crap. It's about things that we try to do the right way and didn't end up the right way, or stuff like that. I have a million things that I could talk about that way.
I want to have you back on.
Hey, listen, all you got to do is put it together and make sure that my computer's right here behind me.
I'm serious. The hour is almost up, and I was like, man, I could hear you tell stories. I'm telling you, Doug, I could listen to you talk a lot longer. I love it. I'm telling you.
My girlfriend's sitting over saying, "I wish the hell he'd hurry up." No, she didn't give me that look like, "Don't say nothing about me." Okay. That's all.
Tell her I said hello.
She can hear you.
Oh, she can. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Now, are y'all? I haven't looked at the dates. Are y'all going to be in Georgia for this tour?
We on the next tour, no. We just finished about 5 days up northeast, and those were just dates we had from the pre-COVID stuff.
Oh, okay.
But we'll be coming back, and we got to do this other. Hey, you got to look at it. We got dates for next year, so we got a lot of dates this year to fill. A lot of new. There's a couple opening bands, a couple bands that we're going to be opening for. We got this cruise coming up. It's going to be Bonamassa as a cruise. They put it on sale 3 months ago, and it sold out so quick that they got a waiting list.
Oh,
let's bring your raft and come on. You know?
Are you good with ships?
I was really surprised because he's such a good guy, and us, for all of us to be together. Grace Potter's on that show on that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Too. So it's going to be around. It's going to be a roundabout, but we did like everybody writes love songs about teardrops and broken hearts. Why can't somebody write a love song that a Sears and Roebuck crowbar couldn't pry apart? Those are songs Toy wrote.
Yeah.
Just happened to come to me. I have never repeated that for years, probably 20 years.
Oh, wow. Man, y'all are busy.
Anytime you want to talk, just let me know.
Okay? I'm serious. I will. I'll send you an email. I'll tell Don.
All right.
Man, y'all have some dates now. I'm telling you. Good Lord, you are going to be busy.
Yeah, we got another opening band that's going to come out with us, and I think people are going to find it quite unique. And
okay.
And they love them. But I mean, the Starship thing is going to work out really good because we knew them and knew some of them to begin with a long time ago. But there's like 3 versions, and these guys really work hard. They go out and play a lot, and they sound good. They've just been out down there. So and everybody just fell in love with them. So we're regenning. Okay, everybody's regenning. The ones that can make it, and the ones that are proud of what they had and what they're trying to follow through. And what our next step is, who knows?
I love it. I love it. Well, Doug, thank you so much. I'm telling you, this has been a real treat for me. It's an honor talking to a legend, and I don't use that lightly. You are a legend, and you're part of what I call royalty, and I appreciate what you have done for the music business. And I'm not just saying that; I mean it. It gives me cold chills just thinking about it. You're a legend. Don't let anyone ever tell you any different. You are, and you're blessed, and I'm so excited that I got to get a sneak peek into Mr. Doug Gray.
Thank you very much, brother. And I love you, and take care of yourself, and don't let nobody run you off. Okay.
That's right, man. I'll holler at you. I'll holler at you later on this year. I promise.
Okay, man. Thanks a lot.
All right, Doug. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Roping the wind every Friday night, singing those songs, living our lives with all our friends down in the lowest places. We would ride around with the tailgate down, rodeo playing in the background. All those memories we were making. We never went down until the sun came up. Papa loved Mama blasting in my truck. I was calling Baton Rouge. Shameless, it never got old. I still hear that thunder roll. It's where I've been. It's made me who I am. Somebody play me those songs again. Well, the whole town cried the day Nolan died. We sang the dance at his last goodbye. And up the river, his vessel will sail on. Just to relive all our glory days, singing those songs, all the noise we made that summer. I wanna ride around those tracks again. Yeah, we never went down until the sun came up. Papa loved Mama blasting in my truck. I was calling Baton Rouge. Shameless, it never got old. I still hear that thunder roll. It's where I've been. It's made me who I am. Somebody play me those songs again. We were walking the beaches of Cheyenne, standing outside the fire. I'm still thankful for my unanswered prayers, looking in another's eyes. Yeah, we ain't going down until the sun comes up. Papa loved Mama blasting in my truck, and I'm still calling Baton Rouge. Shameless, it'll never get old. I still hear